Hi, my name is Gabriel Dorrego, and I'm not just a teacher, I'm an artist. In the past, I've tried to make beautiful functional pottery that was at the same time funny because it's decorated with dinosaurs. Another adventure was the time I reused household plastic products like hot sauce bottles and peanut jars and improvised them into colorful sculptures with a sense of spontaneity. I've always had a love for gardening, specifically tropical fruit trees, and I've always been interested in nutrition, health, and well-being. But recently, I've discovered about some farmers who are using permaculture to successfully grow food. Hey, what is permaculture? I asked myself. This might be a way that is healthy for the animals, healthy for people, and it might even restore and regenerate our environment and planet. So today's activity is brainstorming, and that's where you try to generate as many ideas as possible. It's a practice that's used in writing and engineering, anytime you're trying to solve problems. But we also use it in art. And if you look at these first pages, I just scribbled. You can't even read my handwriting. Everything that came to my mind when I explore and think about the subject of permaculture. So I decided to rewrite it. And you can see here at the top, I titled it Brainstorm, Art Topics and Inquiry. I labeled it with my name and date. And the first thing I wrote down was permaculture and a definition for it. Principles for growing food centered on whole system thinking, utilizing patterns observed in natural ecosystems. And then I wrote some inquiries, questions that I wanted my artwork to answer or explore, such as, is it possible to feed modern society without the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, and confining mass animal factories? Is that doable? I asked the question, can permaculture be practiced aesthetically in a suburban urban neighborhood? I asked another question, can humans live in harmony in a symbiotic relationship with our fellow planetary inhabitants? So those are the kind of questions I want to answer or explore in my artwork and life. On the next page, I wrote subjects to explore. One of the things I came across is, since permaculture is working with nature and the ecosystem, is folks that were creating houses for bees, solitary bees, and even hornets. Am I crazy? Creating a hotel for hornets? But hornets are beneficial insects that hunt the same insects that like to eat our food that we grow. And these hotels look really cool. They are like garden sculptures in and of themselves. I also wrote some other ideas like the disadvantages of monocrops, tilling versus, or annual versus perennial crops, sustainable, and different topics to explore and overlap and contrast and think about that could be potential things that I could explore in my artwork. Hopefully that gave you guys some ideas on how to make a brainstorm with the different examples that I gave you, such as the pottery decorated with dinosaurs, the plastic sculptures, and my current exploration. Make sure that you follow the directions for submitting your assignments, and thank you so much for listening. We're going to talk about that next.